Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, doing another transfer daily. Not a lot to go on this evening. A lot of the news again you would have heard about earlier on today. But let's start off with Rob Holding, who has signed a new long-term contract with Arsenal. He's pending a deal till 2024 with an option for a further year, which could take him to 2025. I think his contract was running until 2023, so he's extended it for a further year on top of what he had before. Obviously, Edu is very happy that he signed. Basically, he's come out and said, we are very happy to have signed Rob on a new contract extension. He's only 25 years old, so he's still coming into his peak of his career, and we're delighted that he will be with us during these important years. So it looks like Rob Holding's going to be one of the mainstays at Arsenal, unless they've got other plans come the summer. You know, we may find another defender that's out there, depending on how he plays for the rest of the season. Obviously, with him pending a deal for that length of time means that, you know, we can get, if we were to sell him, we could get half decent money for him. Not a lot. You know, he's probably worth around about £15 million. I think that's what he's valued at in the current market. So I think he's going to be one of these guys that's going to be with us for a little while and probably be one of the senior players. Who he partners long term at the moment, it's looking like it's probably going to be Gabriel. I'd like to see Pablo Mari in there alongside Gabriel, but it looks like it might be Rob Holding and Gabriel. But again, let's watch this space. Just as just going to say, Rob has shown great quality and maturity on and off the pitch in recent months, and is developing well. We're looking forward to Rob continuing his progression in the years to come. Mikel Arteta, and since I started as a manager, I've been hugely impressed with Rob's contribution to the club and the dressing room and off the pitch. Even though last season he was on the verge of going to Newcastle, possibly on loan with a permanent deal to follow, but obviously that's not happened now. That's obviously changed with William Saliba not even getting a look in the side. Now he's out on loan to Nice. So it is what it is. We've got a £15 million player. Let's hope that this guy can show some improvement in the coming years. Going on from that, there's just one thing. We might as well talk about Mesut Ozil. He had his Twitter Q&A last night, and you know, he kind of hit it out at Tottenham. Basically, you know, he basically said he would rather retire than join Tottenham. Obviously, Marina's hit back at that, didn't like it. You know, it's got the Arsenal Outcast took part in a Q&A on his Twitter account on Monday night, where he answered a number of wide-ranging questions from fans. And one that was put to him was whether he would rather retire or play for Spurs, to which he replied, easy question, retire. So I'll give you that, Ozil. That's about the best answer that I've got from you off the pitch. Obviously, the Tottenham manager wasn't too impressed about the comments, and he was asked about Ozil's comments in the press conference ahead of his game against Fulham. And he said, who told him that Tottenham wouldn't be interested in signing him? So, you know, Marino, he's not going to let those go. And obviously, it is what it is. But look, we need to move on from Ozil. As I said, he's linked with Fenerbahce and also American club DC United. But, you know, the reports are coming out that, you know, both these clubs, especially Fenerbahce, probably are going to not be able to afford him because of his wages, and this is something that's quite worrying. At the moment, the agents are still talking. The possibilities that we've been waiting for a few days now. We still haven't heard any concrete news concerning him going, but the talk is that he is going to go. Whether it's going to be this month, if it's not this month, then it's definitely going to be in the summer. But it just means that we've got a £350,000 player sitting around tweeting, doing his Q&As and insulting Tottenham. But here we go. That's how it is. So at the moment, we're going to watch this space. You know, he was a great player for us. When I say good player for us, but, you know, way things have transpired and the way things have gone on the pitch and off the pitch, that marriage has ended now, and it's time for Ozil to move on so that we can get the youngsters through, like the likes of Smith Rowe, to come through, and hopefully he will lock down his place and stake a claim for that number 10 role. And so far, Smith Rowe has really impressed, so I'm really impressed with what he's doing. Now, talking about midfielders, Arsenal are interested in the Brighton midfielder, Bissouma, who at the moment it's doing the rounds on social media, throughout the news, that the Arsenal are very much interested in this player. He's 24 years old, fantastic defensive midfielder, very strong, good in the tackle, and just very aggressive, very good on the ball. And it would be good to have someone like him alongside Thomas Partey, who Thomas Partey is more of a box-to-box midfielder. And so if you've got him and you've got Bissouma, playing together, then it changed the whole dynamics of our midfield. It's going to look much stronger, much more powerful. And the fact is, Bissouma would be interested in coming. He's made it clear that he would be interested. If he was to come, he would rather come to Arsenal. Then I know Liverpool are interested in him. He would rather be interested in a move to Arsenal. Rumour has it that he's an Arsenal supporter. Don't know how true that is, but if that's the case, then even better. As I said, he's good footballer, obviously fighting that battle down, near the bottom with the Brighton, but let's not let that come, cloud our eyes. He is a very good player from what I've seen of him, and as I said, a number of Premier League teams such as Liverpool were interested in him. I think Liverpool have called their interest in him, so this kind of opens the door for Arsenal to maybe, try and see if we can go for him. If it's possible that we could get him this January, then brilliant, because we have got Smith Rowe, we've got Partey, who's that box-to-box midfielder. Does that mean, would we need another, I don't know, would we need another creative midfielder? I think it's something that we could possibly leave until the summer. We're linked with the likes of Bendoua from Norwich, but he's got a £40 million price tag on his head, and he's doing quite well with Norwich at the moment. The jury's out on him in terms of some fans think that he would do well for Arsenal. Other fans don't think he's worth the money and that he's not really good enough. He's a Norwich player, he's a Championship player, even though he did ply his trade last season or the season before in the Premier League and done pretty well for them. But, it is what it is. I mean, he's got one Premier Championship goal for them and I think about 7 or 8 assists. So in terms of the assists, the creative side of it, that is really good. But yeah, if we do go for Bissouma, what kind of price are we looking at? What are Brighton going to play hard ball? And I don't know what they paid for him. I can't remember what the club they bought him from. I think it was Lille, sorry. They bought him from Lille. I can't remember what the actual figure was, but, he's going to go for a lot more. But we may get him in January, but I think it's more like a summer buy concerning him. Again, reports have suggested that Guendouzi, they were saying that he could return back to Arsenal this January, but it looks like he's going to stay for the full length of his loan with Hertha Berlin. He's doing really well out there. I don't know what's going to happen come the summer when he does come back, whether he will, find a place in the Arsenal side with, the likes of Partey in there now. And if we get Bissouma, then, it could change the whole dynamics of things there. So for me, I just think that, we'll just wait for that 6-month loan to come, get all the players back, and then, Arsenal to sit down and reassess and look at who we're going to keep and who we're not going to keep. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we should keep Guendouzi when he comes back? He's doing really well for Hertha Berlin. He's still young, but I think he's only got something like, when he does come back, he will only have about a year left on his contract. So, that's going to make it really difficult for Arsenal. And that's the problem with Arsenal. We let some of our players run down their contracts. And it's going to be one of those things where, if we don't extend it, then what do we do? Do we extend it and then try and see if we can flog him? Or do we extend it and try and keep him at Arsenal and get him back integrated into the side? So as far as I'm concerned, it looks like and from what Fabrizio Romano is saying is that he will not return this January. He will continue plying his trade with Hertha Berlin. Just trying to look for any other news. Torreira, again, the Arsenal, there's rumours that, he could come back. I think Arteta was asked in his press conference about bringing Torreira back back from his loan deal, because obviously he's not getting the game time. And, I'm not going to give you the exact quotes, but just to basically say that Arteta basically said that, with Atletico Madrid, playing well at the top of the league, it's very difficult, when a team is playing well, to change it up. And that's probably where, Torreira's not getting his game time. But Torreira has come out and said he's happy to fight for his place, and he would like to stay there until, the loan deal is over, and then we'll see what happens. Obviously, he would have to come back to his parent company. And again, we're going to have a lot of midfielders hanging about, and who do we get rid of? So for me, I just think, when he does come back, there's going to be a lot of decisions to be made. I think we'll probably more than likely get rid of him. That's maybe what's going to happen come the summer. And he may well go to one of the Italian clubs. So we'll see what takes place come the summer. But it's looking like Torreira is going to definitely stay there. With regards to, there is just seeing another thing here with regards to Buendia. It says the Gunners' interest in the 23-year-old Norwich attacking midfielder has been widely reported. As I said, they've slapped a £40 million valuation on his head in the attempt to award of any interest. However, according to The Guardian, Fabrizio Romano said that has not put Arsenal off, and an official offer could be imminent. So, listen, if Fabrizio Romano is saying that, then we need to, look out for that, and hopefully, as I said earlier on, some fans don't rate him, other fans said, yeah, he needs to be there. So I don't know. I think it would be good if he comes in. He'd be another good creative midfielder. From what I've seen of him and the games that I've seen him play, he looks very talented, looks very creative. He does cut in from the wing. He's not a central midfielder, but he tends to cut in from the wing and create from the central position. So, again, let's wait and see what happens there. And lastly, let me just finish with lastly, let me just finish. I think it is this one. Is it this one? Right, yeah, just this one on, there's two. Just this one on Socrates again. He's been linked with going to Fenerbahce and also Genoa. So here, Genoa have confirmed their interest in Arsenal outcast Socrates and hope to have signed him within the next few days. The Greek defender 32 was axed from the Gunners Premier League and Europa League squads last summer. Having failed to play this season, Socrates is now expected to leave the Emirates this month, and Genoa's chief executive Alessandro Zabano has hinted at a move in the coming days. So again, let's watch this space. As Zabano reveals, Socrates is an option, a really good player. We still don't know if he'll arrive in the next few days. I don't know what is the hold up, if it's the fee, if it's his wages, don't know yet, but I'm hoping that something will happen, as they say, in the next few days concerning him. And lastly, Diego Costa, again, Arteta was asked the same question. Rumours flying around that, Diego Costa to Arsenal, and there's some other clubs that have been linked with him. Would you take him? And he didn't come out and actually say no. He kind of just brushed the question away. But question I'm asking everybody here: would you take Diego Costa? I did talk about it in the podcast I did yesterday. Would you take Diego Costa Arsenal? He's on a free. He's left, terminated his contract with Atletico Madrid. He's on a free, and you just don't know. 6 months with Diego Costa. He's an option to bring off the bench. It's a different option. He's very good in the air, very aggressive, totally different to the strikers that we have got. Would you take him? Again, please put it in the comments. Let me know. It's something that maybe Arsenal are thinking about. if Arteta has not openly come out and said no, we'll see what happens there. We have got a game coming up on Thursday against Crystal Palace. I'm at home. I'm hoping that we will have most of our players back. Good news concerning Gabriel. Apparently the injury that he sustained to his ankle is not that bad, so that's a boost to Arsenal. They're saying that he could be back in training in the next few days, so that's really great. He probably won't be ready for the Newcastle game. Sorry, not Newcastle game, the Crystal Palace game, but possibly he'll be back ready for the Newcastle game on the following Monday. So that is good news concerning Gabriel. We've got the contingents of our players back. I know Partey is in training, Gabriel Magalhaes is in training, so it'll be interesting come Thursday who the team is going to be where we play against Crystal Palace. I'm hoping that it will be a strong side. I'm hoping that Partey will be in the mix and that we will go there at the Emirates and give Crystal Palace a game, keep that winning run, keep that winning mentality going, and hopefully we can move ourselves up that table very slowly. Listen, guys, please like, subscribe, share. Again, thank you very much for everybody that subscribed. Please take care, and I'll see you on the next Transfer Daily. Take care.